Awesome, awesome. Do we got some new people on the call today?
Me?
Awesome. This your first time on the call?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Where how long ago did you join the community?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago was how do you feel about the community so far?
It's going good right now. I'm still in the beginning stages, so I'm just still learning everything.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, if you have any question, feel free to ask. That's why we do these Zoom meetings to be able to, get everybody question a answer to make sure everybody is on the same page and everybody is getting the help that they need. Awesome.
Okay.
So, if you have any questions today about anything, feel free to go ahead and ask away.
Hey,
Awesome.
how you doing, brother? I didn't want to interrupt the sister, but I'm new too. This is my first time in the meeting too.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you. How
Yes,
long?
sir. We actually spoke. We spoke a couple days ago. I'm the producer.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, sir. Nice to meet you, brother, man. Nice to
Yes, sir.
meet
My brother Flat, he was telling me about the program, and I'm like, I'm down. I'm with it.
Awesome, 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 my brother. Where you from, by the way?
Chicago and Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Where you
Yes, sir.
residing right now?
I'm like a few hours outside Atlanta right now.
Oh, okay, okay. So you're not too far from us because we're in Atlanta as well.
Okay, for sure.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Man, try to take as much as you can away from this community, man. I really don't know your journey that much, but you can find anything, when it comes to financial literacy, this is the community to be in for sure, 110%.
Man, I wholeheartedly believe it, man. I'm here, and I got pen and pad. And man, let's get it. I'm motivated. So I appreciate you having me, man. For real.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. No
And you a
problem.
super talented dude too, man. Your talent is crazy.
I appreciate
Yeah, yeah, for real, for real.
No, I appreciate you, appreciate your feedback for sure. Most definitely. But yes, before we get started, we like to do wins. I know we didn't have the Monday calls last Monday, so it kind of slowed down the process. We don't really have too many people on the call today, but that's cool. But does anybody have any wins for the week? Let's talk about some wins. It could be anything, any wins, any accomplishments. We like to count our blessings in this community. So anybody want to talk about wins you guys have for the week? Floor is open. Go ahead.
Well, I guess it's I guess everybody gathering their thoughts, but I'm just happy to be back in the studio, man. Cause I got pulled away from the studio for a while, just getting caught up in the matrix and having to go chase money. But shout out to Flatline. He in the call too, but shout out to Flatline. He been linking me up with artists and giving me, making sure that I'm in my purpose. So I'm just getting reacquainted with just being in my purpose this week, and I'm very appreciative. And it's a big win, man. It's just a big boost to my spirit and my energy. So I'm just super motivated. So that's a big win that I wanted to speak on for sure.
Most definitely, my brother. That's a win. A win is a win.
Yes, sir.
No matter how small it is, a win is a win. So, most definitely, glad you're able to join the call. You're able to be a part of the conversation. And we're happy to have you on board, my brother. So hopefully you can officially join the community because I don't know if you're in the community itself yet, but hopefully you can officially be in the community.
Yes, sir.
Most definitely. Anybody else want to talk about any wins you guys had? Like I said, it could be anything, any wins for the week.
Yo, it's flat. Hey, I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm up in here. I'm up in here. Yeah,
Yeah.
big win. Got my Navy Federal account. You feel me? So then I just put $100 into it. So now I'm about to open up the business account. So that's the next step forward into, really getting everything in order to get the funding and everything. So everything's coming together. Super blessed to be a part of the community and the squad and everything that we got going on. Yeah, man, I'm feeling real lucky today.
Most definitely, most definitely, most definitely, my brother, man. You already know where we started from, so I don't really even gotta say much. It's a few new people on the call. For those of you who don't know Flatline, we started from humble beginnings to where we at now. It's a we came a long way, but we still got some ways to go. But at the end of the day, we putting in that motion, we putting in the progress, we knocking things off the bucket list. We in the door now with Navy, credit strong, everything straight. Next step would be, funding process. So, I'm proud of you, bro. You came a long way and just keep doing your thing, my brother.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for everything, bro. For real. Without you and the guidance, bro, I'd still be doing some strange things, but to just be able to build my credit and like have an outlet to getting the money and having the place to put it to make it make money, I'm just more than thankful.
Most definitely, my brother. Most definitely. That's what this community is about. It's in the name, build wealth. So, everything about this community is, building generational wealth. So, most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. Awesome. Anybody else want to come in and say anything? Any wins? I know you guys are probably gathering your thoughts. Some people might be shy, but it could be any win, man. You guys come in and just talk about, you know, wins for the week. I see you got your mic unmuted. Art.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reggie.
Oh yeah, how you doing, Reggie, man? How you doing today?
Awesome, man. Awesome. Appreciate the invite and first time here. Just want to see how everything is, how you have it structured and everything. I can imagine you're winning because you're here. So uh, talk about the wins today. Where do I begin? You got an hour? God is good, man. God is good. That's the first win. That's the first win that
Awesome.
I get to fertilize the daisies, water them, I should say, instead of fertilizing them. And so, hey, we appreciate all the time that we have here to do kingdom business. And so that's what I'm about. And so I'd love to hear how you guys are structured. And with that, I'll turn it back to you.
Awesome, 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 brother. Awesome, awesome. And I actually met Reggie at the Bitcoin mining event that we went to. He was there as well with Mr. TM, Dr. Jeffrey and them. That's how we ended up linking up. So yeah, man. Reggie also have a community himself, where he you wanna say something about that, Reggie? A little bit?
Sure. Well, the one thing I've come to do in my years of success, to tell you a little bit about so you'll understand how I understand going after money. I used to be in the music industry. I used to own two of the largest nightclubs in New York City back when Jay-Z, Wendy Williams, everybody used to hang out at my club. To becoming a millionaire in a poor community in the South Bronx in the late 70s. So at 9 years old, I knew what it was to make money. But the one thing my father never showed me was how to save it, and he never showed me how to invest it. And so I always knew how to make it, but never knew those two things. So that was a long journey of lost opportunities that I had to swallow. Well, in the journey that I got into searching out, reaching out to money, and becoming successful in the network marketing industry, but my friends go from Steve Harvey on up. But here's what I found out: a lot of my friends that were six figures and seven figures going after the money were dying. So something Walt Disney said before he died, he said, "I'd give all my worldly possessions away just to have another day." And so that stuck with me. So something came across my path that pretty much extends people's lives. And if you can have an autistic child speak within 24 hours, seeing technology that's used, that caught my attention. And with that, we market a product that actually does that. We don't care what you have, what you're challenged with. The bottom line is, and this is about science, it's not about the product. This is about science. If you increase your mitochondria, no disease, I don't care what it is, can live in your body. And so once we found that out, I found out, pretty much the walking on water product We market that. We help people build. And as a result of that, I was able to retire, me and my wife, on a part-time residual situation. And by the end of the year, I'll be doing a couple of million residually without while I sleep money, I should say. So with that, just looking to extend and further the opportunity of stretching the dollar as much as possible. And with that, I'll turn it back over to you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well said, Reggie. Well said. And we'll probably have you come back to expand more on that product, because it's something that, just talking to you when I met you, something that you're super, super passionate about. I could tell when somebody is passionate about something like the way how you're passionate about that product. And the fact that you guys are helping so many people. This is something where, probably we got to find a time where, where you can actually come and talk more about that product. So for individuals who we never know, it might help one person on the call. It might, if it can help just one person on the call, you know, that'll be good. So we're playing that for the future, Reggie. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So anybody else want to
I'm
talk
sorry. Yes,
about?
thank you for
Oh yeah,
sure.
yep. Yep, yep. So yeah, so anybody else want to talk about wins you guys may have for the week? It could be anything, any wins for the week, any accomplishment, any wins before we move on to the next stage. I want to give everybody the opportunity to gather their thoughts and, speak. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me check the chat. Hopefully sometimes people post things in the chat. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, let's get into it. Let's if as far as questions, for all the new people that's in the community, do you guys have any specific questions regarding, funding, credit, anything within that nature? And I know you guys may be shy, but don't be shy. This community is a family, so you guys can, whatever is on your mind, go ahead and ask away.
Uh, Brother Julius, since really I know this is my first time on a call, I just want to give you a little bit about my background.
Yeah.
I'm coming from the absolute bottom. I had to start all the way over. Actually, the reason why I'm not in Atlanta right now is I had basically like a hard reset on my life. Like the fat like rewind a little over a year ago, I had got my credit score to a 720. I had a nice little decent job in Buckhead. I'm thinking that I'm on the right track. I had just got off the lot with a brand new whip. You know what I mean? And I do music. I had just had a meeting with a platinum producer maybe like 2 months prior to me losing basically most of my possessions. My crib got broken into. I lost like mostly everything I got. And it really like uprooted my life because after that, it was like a hard reset. I was just losing tangible things, and I ended up burning my credit. I ended up having to relocate. And ultimately I ended up having to like relocate outside the city, and now I'm just kind of starting from square one. And which is a that's the main reason why I'm here, because I got a lot to work towards. I got a 3-year-old daughter that live on the other side of the country. You know what I mean? And it just tear me up that I'm not in a financial position to be moving around and handling my business if like I'm supposed to. So I got a lot to work towards. And so I any information, I need the game. Like I need the game for real, like nobody business. Like and yeah, I just wanted to let that be known, so you can understand, because I know you mentioned it a little earlier, like I don't know your background, so I
Right.
just wanted to let it be known. I'm in here coming from square one, and I just wanted to be transparent about that.
Most definitely, most definitely. Everybody starts off on a different journey as far as their credit profile and trying to, build wealth and get access to capital, you can start from anywhere. What I usually like to tell people is it's better to work towards something than to be stagnant and not work towards anything, right? No matter how long the process take, as long as you're working towards something, right, and you have a goal, you're always going to accomplish that goal. So, being a part of a community like this with like-minded individuals, all have the same vision, pushing to the same goal, pushing to accomplish the same thing, right? That give, it makes you feel like you're not alone. You're not, because people go through a lot of struggles. A lot of individuals, a lot of people, individuals can probably relate to your story, right? But they're probably not going to say it. They're probably just going to be shy about it. But just you coming out and saying that, make other people feel included, right? Because it might be somebody on this call that's relating to your story. They probably lost everything themselves, right? Um, but when people feel like they're doing these things on their own, they're taking losses by themselves, they're trying to figure these things out by themselves, it gets discouraging. You see what I'm saying? It gets really discouraging because you don't know what to turn, who to talk to, who to get advice from, right? It just puts you in that depressing mode where you feel like, damn, everything is just coming, the walls is closing in on me. You can't, your thought process is not there. You can't really fathom next steps. You can't really see, that's why with having a community like this is amazing because once you see somebody else that was once in your position or maybe in your position that and you see them coming up and you see them putting in the work and you see them getting the results, that lights a fire underneath you to want to do the same for yourself, right? So, that's why we have these calls, we have these conversations, we provide all the financial literacy that we can, because at the end of the day, from the people who first started, who started off from the beginning from this community, they see how individuals in this community grew over time, right? um Individuals that started from rock bottom to where they're at now, people seeing it firsthand, right? So once, if somebody like yourself, if you was here from the beginning, you see individuals that was once in your position grow, that makes that even way more possible for you to believe in yourself, to, like I said, put in the work, do what you are supposed to, um, get on these calls, listen in. Uh, Everybody willingness to learn got to be high, right? Even me, to this day, I still learning new things about credit, right? Still being humble, not acting like I know everything. I'm learning from everybody I can learn from, because at the end of the day, the more I know, the better, and I can be able to help as many people as possible, reach their goals and accomplish their goals. So, that's an amazing feedback, brother, man. So, um, we would love to have you a part of the community. We'd love to see you grow with this community, get things back on track, and get your life back on track for sure.
Man, I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I'm here. I'm in it for sure.
Most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. Awesome, 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 awesome. Let me see. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me see what Myron said. We all start from somewhere. I just
Hey, Jules, I got one for you.
let's hear it.
Yeah, I gotta get on videos.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm at 800 now.
Are you
Missed
at
payments came
800?
off. Missed payments came off. Hard inquiries came off.
So you good now? Everything came up. You got 800.
Everything came off.
Oh yeah, we gonna chop it up after this, bro. That's
Yeah,
a big,
gotta
big.
I gotta post it for you.
Now you gotta post that, man. You gotta post that. And you've been riding with the community from the very beginning. So to see where you at now, you got an 800 credit score, everything came off. Bro, that's a huge
Yeah,
blessing.
everything came off.
That's a
800.
blessing. That's a blessing, man. Everybody that's on this call that's been riding with the community from the beginning. Y'all know Myron. He on every call. He don't miss it. He right now he in the car. He like, I'm getting on, right? So yes, sir. That's a huge blessing. Everything came off. My boy is about to be is already in the 800s. That's gonna open so many doors for you, so many doors, man. You ready to get access to capital? You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
I got to work on my LLC. Got some questions on that, and then we can go from there.
Most definitely, most definitely. That's a big, big, big win, brother. Huge, huge, huge win. Everybody's congratulating you in the comments, in the chat. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Yep,
Yeah,
yep, yep. Now that's a big win. That's a big win.
yeah, it's a big win.
That's a big
Yeah,
win, man. So once again, we're gonna link up after the call, man. We'll chop it up some more to figure out how we can put you structure your LLC everything out properly so you can be able to get access to up to 250K or even more. The fact that you're, damn near in the already in the 800s. The sky's the
eight
limit.
15 to be exact.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Once again, congratulations, man. That's a big major win. That's a
Yeah.
major
It
win.
took me what 3 months to get it off.
Yeah, 3 months.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. It was about 3 months to get
So how
everything.
many like how many derogatories overall you had on your credit profile?
Uh, I had two credit card missed payments. I had one auto loan missed payment, and I had the student loans that came off.
Bravo. Amazing. 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 See, we love testimonials like these because you coming on and sharing your story with individuals, like everybody else that on the call, you guys see it's possible, right? He stayed down till he came up, right? So it's definitely possible. And I appreciate you coming on and sharing your testimonial because that's gonna let everybody else know that's on the call that's trying to get to where you at. That's gonna let them know it's possible. You just gotta stay down, keep putting in the work.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started, I wanted it right away. Like, hey, I
Right.
need these off. He's like, hey, it's gonna take. I'm like, all right, cool.
Right, right, right. So I love it, man. I love it. I love it. Huge congratulations to you for sure. Let's go. Awesome. Anybody else want to come in?
I just had a question.
Yeah.
Um, by me just not starting off and putting in my dispute, they said 30 days. Am I just being impatient? Because I think it's been like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You being like super impatient, which is fine because everybody trying to get, go ahead and um get to their goals. Hold on one second. Hold on, let me grab my charger real quick because my computer about to die.
Yeah, just be patient. I had to be patient. It was hard though. Just gotta focus on other stuff as it's going through.
I'm just waiting till they say something back and then you go to your next step, basically.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. But it was a hard fought.
I'm sorry.
It was a hard fought though. I wanted it right away. I wanted it right as soon as I got in.
Yes.
But I had these Julius like, hey, just slow down, just wait. It's gonna come.
I be trying to be. Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to really be patient. It's all about patience. Like what I like to tell people, the fact that you are even working towards your goals, right? Um, you should definitely be proud of that because there's a lot of people out here who aren't even working towards anything at all, right? They're just sitting around thinking about, damn, my score is messed up. This is messed up. My life is falling apart. But yeah, you're not putting in the effort to, make things happen for yourself. You're not putting in the effort to learn some new things. You're not putting in the effort to set a goal for yourself. You're just sitting around
Mm,
thinking that okay, well, hopefully somebody's gonna come and save me. Nah, you know what you're doing now. You getting on these calls, you being patient, you putting in the work. You are working towards something, right? We had this conversation way back in January. I was telling everybody, put in the work. By May, you gonna be where you need to be, right? We in May right now, so there's a lot of people that's where they need to be now, right? So I was having this conversation way back. So time don't wait for anybody. By the time you know it, we're in 2026, right? So as long as you are putting in the work, as long as you are working, it's okay to be impatient, but the goal is to never quit, never give up. The goal is to keep working on yourself. The goal is to keep pushing forward. The goal is to stay down until you come up. No matter, it's gonna be some obstacles. It's gonna be some obstacles. There's gonna be some days where you like,
Hmm.
gosh, man, I can't, like, what am I doing? Right? You're gonna have those days. But guess what? Everything that you're doing now is compounding for the future, right? So just go ahead and stay down until you come up for sure. So that's the main thing.
Okay. I'm gonna try. Thank you.
Now, isn't we're not trying, we're doing.
Mhm.
We going,
No, just me having patience. I'm gonna try to have more patience.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep, yep. For sure, for sure. Awesome.
Hey Shamara, this is Kendra. I would just want to just give my feedback on your intake because I also started where you were. I was very impatient. Like when you got a goal set and you just trying to hurry up and get to it, it's like you don't got time for obstacles, but that comes with your journey. I
Mm,
first started in like the 500s, and like, it was hard. It was hard trying to get things going. It was hard for me to try to, you know, um, get loans and things to help me do during my journey. But only thing I can say is never give up on yourself, just keep going. I'm currently just now hitting 750 for my credit score. And I always thought that was so impossible coming from somebody who was late on payments, who never wanted to get a credit card, who never, always got denied for loans. And, even car lots was giving me the runarounds or giving me these high interest rates. Everything
mm,
takes time. Everything takes time. Never ever rush the process. Just see the vision, see where you want to go, and just keep going. And also to the other young man who was speaking earlier, Raj, your testimony, I mean, your story is very touching, because you're not the only person who moved to Atlanta and had to, forcefully go back to home or, a more comfortable place. Like I also stayed in Atlanta and I loved it out there. I enjoyed myself. But just simply because my credit wasn't where it was supposed to be and my mindset wasn't in place, I had to come back home. And that's perfectly fine because that just gives me a reset to start over. And this time, like everything is just falling into place. And also, for one of my wins, I just signed up a couple people under my minor X profile, which I just joined last week, a little bit over a week now. So as of right now, like everything is falling into place for me right now. I had to cut off a lot of friends. I had to lose out on a lot of parties. I wasn't going out. Like all my friends like, dog, Kendra, like, what's going on? Like, you never come out anymore. And I'm like, y'all, I'm locked in. Like, I don't got time for that right now. I can party when I make it. We can celebrate when there's something to celebrate about. Right now isn't the time for that. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I had to go back to working a 9 to 5, but that's okay. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody has to start somewhere. Just understand where your goal is, where your vision is, even if you have to do a vision board and put that out there for you to see on an everyday basis. Like, just never give up on yourself because you giving up on yourself is just you're just throwing in the towel too early. Like, you all you got. Even if you got kids, I don't know if you guys got kids. I have a son. So every single day, I'm engaging my son into what I got going on because I didn't have that growing up. Like it just all starts somewhere. So my son won't even ever have to experience having a low credit score, having to suffer because, he's not where he's supposed to be. Like, you got to set yourself up so you can set your hairs up. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. I get exactly where you're coming from because, girl, I'm very impatient. I'm an Aries too. Like, I hate being patient. Like, if I want it right now. What that commercial say is my money and I need it now. Like, I want stuff to happen
right.
right now. You feel me? But it don't work that way. Everybody starts somewhere. I seen somebody say in the chat, everyone got to start somewhere. And it's true, but your journey is it's all about how you perceive and how you go about it. That's why I like to engage into these type of calls, even if you're not surrounded by people who are like-minded like you or who are trying to grow and progress in life. that's okay. Get on these type of calls right here because that's what gets your mindset where it's supposed to be at. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Great, great, great feedback.
Thank you.
Great feedback. Awesome, awesome feedback for sure. For sure. And I see Flatline, you said he said just got a letter from, yeah, go ahead and talk about that's a win, Flatline. So let's go ahead and get that win out the way.
Yeah, so if I mean some of you guys know my journey here at building wealth. I started with an 8 credit score at the beginning of the year. So when people say they coming from the bottom, we really coming from the bottom. You feel me? So yeah, and then so me pushing and doing the credit and learning how to do the credit from Julius and being able to fix my credit and doing all those things, it was still rough because of the whole child support thing. Like it's a hard thing to get taken. You can't like really get it taken off. One thing you can do is like to get it in good standing, and you have to fight for that. And it took months and months and then months of payments on time for it to even come in clear. So now that we're clear on that, oh, I also shout out to my lady. I also just got my 14 cases expunged, so I got a clear record now. So I'm about to be a whole businessman with this community. You feel me? So super blessings, super wins coming from on this side. I'm just really excited. By the end of this month or the next month, soon as my credit score hit again, it's game time. I'm pretty sure. So I'm just following the process, trust the process. Julius ain't never steered us wrong. You feel me? Like if anything, bro, everybody's just getting up and up and up and just blasting off when it just comes to this community. It's a beautiful thing to see that there's gonna be so many millionaires in one space. You feel me? So that's what I'm really excited about when we all on the yacht partying together. You know, telling each other about our businesses, how the money coming in, $943 every day or something like that. Crazy. You know, I'm super with it. Super with it.
Awesome, my brother. Well said. Well said. Well said. Yeah, everybody, a lot of individuals that started from the beginning from this community. You guys already know DJ's story, so we don't really got to say much. But that's a huge, huge blessing that you got the child support in good standing. Because a lot of people, man, that's one thing that holds a lot of individuals back. Um, you know, it's not it being in good standing. It could potentially help your report. Just by having history, depending on how long you had it, as long as it's in good standing. So the fact that you got it in good standing, man, that's a huge, huge blessing. Congratulations on that for sure.
Yeah, we rocking, man. We really, really rocking on this.
Awesome. And I see America, you just joined the call. We're just talking about wins and stuff. Do you have any wins for the week?
Um, well, I think we're getting a step closer to my funding. I sent in, look, I don't know, what did I send in this weekend? I sent in whatever else we needed to get to the funding. So I'm just waiting to hear back for the funding.
Oh yeah, that's a big win. That's a huge win because you
Yeah.
like damn near in the door. You got your feet like 1 foot in already. Yeah,
Yes.
the last step. You send in, you did the My IQ so we can pull your three credit bureaus to be
Yep.
determine how much you could potentially qualify for. So you should be hearing back from us real, real soon. And hopefully by next week we can be able to have another testimonial and then
Woo!
let folks know how much you got approved for.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Most definitely, most definitely. Do you
And
have
and it's well, can I just share something with the group?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's really, a mindset thing, talking to Julius about, the funding and all that good stuff because my mindset is around, doing business on the personal side. So I don't have experience with doing business on the business side. But, God spoke to my spirit. He like, you got to get rid of the old way of thinking and think new because you're a business owner now. So you got to think higher and do higher and expect higher. So with, Julius educating me on the business funding and, as far as like building my business, then I'm excited about it because it's new, it's different, it's kind of scary, but I mean I know it's a good thing and it's gonna help me grow my business.
Most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. Amazing, amazing. So, like I said, I'm excited. Once we go ahead and push your funding forward, I'm,
Yes.
because the reason why we have this community is so other people can see what's going on with everybody else. You know,
Mm-hmm.
once they see, okay, boom, And Marika, she just got her funding. She started from here and she was able to get to there. It make it even more real for everybody,
Absolutely.
you know, because a lot of people are skeptical and a lot of people are scared because when you're learning new information, there's four stages when you're learning new information.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Uh, conscious, incompetent, uh, conscious, incompetent, and then you become competent, and then you become an expert, right? A lot of people when they first start learning new information,
Mm-hmm.
they get stuck at that conscience incompetent stage, which is you really don't know the information and you don't you're just now hearing about the information, but you never knew the information.
Absolutely.
Which, if you don't know the information, your subconscious is gonna make you feel like you are dumb, literally. Like, oh, like for example, right? When you're not a doctor and
Mm-hmm.
you learn something um within that lane and it's your first time hearing about it, you're gonna feel like, well, yeah, my brain can't comprehend that because this is my first time hearing it. I won't be able to wrap my head around it, right? So a lot of the times when people get put onto new information, they're at that unconscious incompetent stage, which they don't move forward because they just
Mm-hmm.
feel like they don't know what it is that's going on, right? But the ones who push through and get to that conscious competent stage, that's when you know about the information, you know it exists, and you know a little bit more about it enough to be comfortable with it, right?
Yes.
The ones
Yeah.
who gets to that conscious competent stage, those
Mm-hmm.
ones that make it to the expert level,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you have to go through those different stages when you're learning new information, and a lot of the times, a lot of people, like 70% of people, get stuck at that
Mm-hmm.
unconscious competent level, right?
Yeah.
But having a community that gets rid of a lot of that, right? That lowers the percentage of the people getting stuck at the unconscious competence stage, right?
Right.
Seeing other people around you doing it, it eliminates that fear a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Makes you feel like, okay, you know what? I myself can do it if I just stay down and learn what it is that I'm learning, right? So,
Yes.
you know, that's like I said, that's the main reason of really having a community. So, congrats. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully by next week or in the next couple of weeks or so, we can hear your feedback of you getting access to capital. And
Yes.
you have do you have any do you already know where you're gonna what you're gonna do with the funding?
Yes. As far as right now, my plans are to do, of course, the Bitcoin mining and purchase some land.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Great, great feedback. Love it, love it, love it.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate everything, Julius.
No problem, no problem. That's why we here. Let's just keep growing. Let's get to the finish line.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Anybody else want to come in and elaborate on anything? We like to keep these calls, short. We like to keep these calls around like an hour mark. I was gonna get into the basics of understanding what makes up your credit score, but we're probably gonna talk about that next week, so I can be able to go through the entire process. Um, mastering the basics of everything is the most important things. Because without the basics to any information, you're not really gonna know the foundation of that information. So, um, next week we are going to touch on just understanding everything that makes up your credit score when it comes to revolving credit, installment loan, um, new credit history. Just we're gonna go over all of that just as people, so everybody can just understand the basics of credit. Um, you know, Other than that, do anybody have questions? No question, no question. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, I think we had a pretty good call today, super motivating, um, super inspiring. Love what everybody is doing. Love the growth. We're definitely gonna get in. I'm gonna shoot you a DM, Myron, so we could get you to that next stage. And then we'll chop it up. We'll see you guys next Monday.
All right, sounds great.
Awesome. Everybody have a good rest of your day.
All right,
All
good
right, you
night.
too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.